3, 2, 1.
Go!
This is another episode of Myriad Time, episode number 2, technically. So, as in the world we live in, we're creating a habit before you even know it because we've done something twice, and hopefully next week we'll do a third time.
Yeah. Keep it going.
Keep it going. So, Jared here and
Coach Anna.
Love it. The idea for today, we're going to continue on the 10-minute clock. So we have a clock running right now. I do have an actual fitness clock order that will be somewhere here. So to really keep us accountable to our 10 minutes. The goal of this is to talk about different things going on in our community, different things going on within Indianapolis as a whole, health, fitness, nutrition, all things. That's what we're here for. Today's topic. So I was in a noon CrossFit class today and I asked the class, what do you want to learn? What do you want to know? Like if you could ask Coach Anna, who's been doing fitness for ever, even though you never know, what do you want to know from her? And the topic, the resounding kind of like theme was, why do you do this? So why do you do this?
I feel like that's a very loaded, weighty question, but
it's meant to be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be some drama, like
Okay.
pull some things out.
Big drama.
Yes.
Why do I do this? Well, going back in time, I started CrossFit when I was 13 in 2006, which I think blows a lot of people's minds.
How old were you?
I was 13.
How old are you now?
I'm 30.
So 17 years ago.
Yeah.
You started CrossFit.
Yes. Which is why I feel like people often say, like, you're not that old, but, like, I feel like in CrossFit years, like, I've been doing it a long time, that while I'm 30...
You're ancient.
I am old at CrossFit. So, yeah, I started to get better at my sport, which was soccer, and I absolutely loved it, got super into it, and continued to do CrossFit as I was in college. I started my major in college as, do you remember?
No.
Wow. Failed. Bad mark on Jared there. But I started in engineering. Which
I was
was
gonna say pre-med, but
that would have not been too far off. But started in engineering, and I shadowed a lot of people my freshman year, like at their jobs, and could not for the life of me imagine myself doing that for work. Mostly the thought of sitting at a desk all day long and like crunching numbers on a computer, which is what I saw when I was shadowing people.
So I'm just gonna call this out right now.
Yeah.
So this is what the general public does, is just crunches numbers all day long?
Yeah, and I'm happy for them to do that. Like, if that floats your boat, then all for it. But it is not something that I was all that interested in. And I started working at CrossFit NapTown, where I was also working out. And they let me keep coming around and gave me more and more things to do as I was still studying in college, and I have continued to do that. So that kind of gets into the question of why. I love helping people get better. I love seeing people believe in themselves. That's probably like my favorite moments in the gym, is when someone walks in and they don't think they can do a certain movement. They don't think they can lift a certain weight, and seeing them develop that belief in themselves. And some of it comes from the bigger moments of hitting a PR or doing your first muscle up, but a lot of it comes in a lot smaller little shifts of being someone who isn't active to considering yourself an athlete and changing that identity about yourself. I would say that is my passion point on the one-on-one basis. Do
you have a moment that lately of someone who you're just like, oh, this is why I do this?
I have lots of moments, but one in particular, I have a personal training client who is older and plays pickleball all the time, and has been working with me for 6 to 12 months, somewhere in there. It's definitely longer than 6 months. But we've been working together for a while, and just hearing him feel more confident and strong on the pickleball court. And he recently told me that he was playing with friends, and his friends were like, man, you're moving faster, you're hitting the ball harder. And seeing that, hearing that is a recent example of that kind of rewarding feeling.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So in your journey with us, 17 years of CrossFit, you've been with us since 2011, you've been coaching with us since 2015 officially, once you graduated college. Where do you feel like you are the most knowledgeable in the world of CrossFit?
Wow. I mean, I've been around it for a long time, so I think where my kind of unique ability in the realm of CrossFit is I have seen a lot of different kind of trends and mini trends within the realm of CrossFit, and I feel like I have found a good balance of like how to make this the best product for the most amount of people. I think if people have ever looked at our programming across the 10 plus years of us being in existence, we've definitely shifted our main client who we're programming for. We used to be a much more competitive gym, and I think we would all say now our focus is much more like general physical preparedness, more about longevity and having people being able to come into the gym day after day, year after year, generation after generation. And I think that's kind of my unique ability in the space and helping to make our programming that.
Yeah. So speaking to that, Anna is also a 2-time CrossFit Games competitor. She competed on 2 different teams, Hyperfit USA and then CrossFit NapTown. She's also been at regionals 50,000 times as an individual athlete. I don't know, do you know the exact number?
Oh, I know. Probably like 6, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. And to her point, it used to be, I mean, Peter and I in 2011 started the gym because we wanted to be competitive at CrossFit. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, we just really enjoyed fitness, and we also enjoyed it for ourselves, and then we just loved helping people. And then in the first 5-6 years, it was all about competitive CrossFit. So our programming led to that as well. And now, to your point, it's all about being able to come back tomorrow and continually to, focus on mobility, focus on mental health, focus on fitness, physical health, and it's been awesome to see that. So Anna is officially now head of product. What does that mean?
I would say that means that I'm in charge of the product, which is our coaching, our programming, our experience, and helping to audit the coaches, audit the programming, and make sure that we are putting something out there that's going to benefit the greatest number of people, kind of like a utilitarianism point of view. So yeah, that's what a lot of my role entails.
What are some goals of yours in that position of head of product? Like, so what are some goals with coaches?
Goals with coaches are delivering really high quality classes. One of our kind of tenets is we want people to be given the best hour of their day in the gym space. So that looks like me auditing classes, hearing from members, and being able to give feedback to coaches on how they are delivering classes, whether that's creating really positive cueing and like the more technical hard skills of coaching, but also the softer skills of how we interact with each other, how we check in when someone's not having a great day, and fostering more and more of those interactions, because that's a huge part of making a class a really positive impact. I always try to remind people, like, if we think about our most powerful moments in like the fitness space, the coaching, sport world, you're probably going to think about experiences that have more to do with how someone made you feel, and not necessarily like this person gave me a really incredible cue. Those are the things that stick with you, is the feelings more so than the like nuts and bolts of coaching.
So a big goal with us talking to you all is to create takeaways. And one of my biggest takeaways is the idea of feedback. And so if anyone listening to this right now, a Myriad members, you're doing CrossFit, you're doing boot camp, personal training, semi-private training, anything of that nature, and you want to give feedback on a coach, whether it be good or bad or great or not great, send Anna an email, Anna at Myriad Fit, myriadfit.com, Anna at myriadfit.com. It will be so helpful for us in order to continue to get better with our coaching staff and for us as well as a business. I think that's it.
That's our 10 minutes.
3, 2, 1.
Time! Great.